Here we are at Eastbourne Town Football Club, not to be confused with Borough United. Second time I've been down here. Beautiful weather at the moment. We were worried about the pitch, whether it would hold up to all the rain we've had overnight, but it doesn't look too bad. Obviously this is their 5th away game on the trot, so it'd be nice to get back to the Green Box on Tuesday against Erith. But first things first, let's see if we can do a job against Eastbourne Town away. We really could do with the win and the 3 points. We'll try and let you know how the game goes as it goes on.
Put your hands together, give them a cheer.
On the west side.
Come on, come on.
Switching the cane. Beat him!
Go on.
Touch cross!
Uh, 1-0 defeat away at Eastbourne, very depressing for everybody today. Couldn't put my finger on what went wrong. What happened?
I'll tell you what happened. For me, they showed more desire than us. They had a game plan that they stuck to and they believed in, which wasn't one full of quality, but credit to them. They wanted to play a very slow-paced game. They did that. They wanted to frustrate us. They did that. They wanted to score on a break. They sort of did that. But be absolutely clear, their game plan was a good one for them. It worked. I think we could play for another 2 hours and not come up with a solution to win that game. I just said in the dressing room there to the boys, I've stood by all of them boys and I defend them, and sometimes get ridiculed for doing that. And I said, I'm going to struggle to do that today. We were really poor. I'll probably reflect on my 2-hour journey home and go, maybe there was 3 or 4 that did okay today. But the reality is, if there's 3 or 4 that did okay, that's 6 or 7 that didn't. And the 6 or 7 that didn't, we really lack quality. I said we lack cohesion as a side. There was no togetherness. I watched them in the warm up, and they were a bunch of mates. that get not really paid, or not, they get paid, but not, you know, not big money. And you go, are we going to be a bigger team than them today, or are we going to get beat by a team and a club full of passion? And that's what happened today. So my thoughts are that I've come on camera and I've made comments which are pretty much to deflect it away from the team when I've had a pop at fans. My first thought today is we need to apologise to the fans who came today, because that performance is not acceptable by anyone. I need to apologise for some of the comments I've made, because they might be right and I might be wrong, because we're too Jekyll and Hyde. I've watched our last 2 games, we've been great, and really strong performances. I've watched us today, and we were an embarrassment as a side, and I'm not going to hide from that. And I just said in the dressing room, and I'll say it out loud, if I didn't own the football club, I'd get sacked today, and that's on the players. It's not on the work we put in. You know, I look at players that played so well last week, so well at Merston, so well, you know, the weeks before that, and then today they just didn't look like they really were that interested in winning a game of football, and that can only come back to us. So we need to deal with it.
Yeah, it was so unexpected. I think fans came down, we were expecting a performance today the way we've been playing, but second half in particular they won every 50-50, every second ball.
Well, I said the duels in the second half, they frustrated us. We kept the ball a lot in the second half, but their keeper didn't make a save today. No. You know, their manager walks off and he says, "Oh, that was definitely a penalty you should have had." But do you know what? If we nicked a draw out of it, I'd have thought that was unfair on them, because we didn't do enough. And yeah, you know, at the end we're chucking everything forward, but the performance from a lot of lads lacked quality first and foremost, and I'm going to say it for the first time this year, lacked desire. And that's a real worry for me. I genuinely thought at 2 o'clock today, we'd win today, we'll win Tuesday, we'll win next week, and we'll be where we need to be. I just said to the boys in there, I don't know what's going to happen Tuesday. I don't know what team, what group I'm going to have turn up. You know, what I do know about Erith is Woody's a good manager. He has real togetherness in his dressing room. They'll fight like mad for each other. And are we prepared to do that? And are we going to stand up? Because for the first time, and I'll say it public, because I will die on my sword, if we have another performance like that, a large bunch of that group will not be here anymore, because I won't accept that anymore. We can't accept that from anybody. And I align it to other businesses. I said, if I had a sales, one of my companies and you were a sales team, you'd all be on performance management. I said, and I'm telling you in that way, you're on performance management because it's not good enough, not accepting it. Fans have given up a lot of their time today. It's a 2-hour journey down here. It's a nightmare to get here. We had really vocal support. They may have enjoyed themselves, but I bet they stopped enjoying themselves at 3 o'clock. From 3 o'clock till 5 o'clock, we were not good enough anywhere near it.
Yeah, I always try and find a positive out of every game.
Good luck with that one.
Well, my one positive was Jack Dixon, who I thought played a superb game today.
Yeah, Jack was one of, you know, Jack and Barry, I can very quickly say them two. There's probably 1 or 2 others. I don't want to get into individuals because that's highlighting who I thought was terrible. But, you know, I wouldn't disagree with what you just said. There's a couple of positives, but that's not a positive for me. 1 or 2 people standing up and being counted. We were nowhere near it today. We've been nowhere near it too many times this season. And now I'm now saying publicly we're where we are because that's where we deserve to be. So yeah, we've had some rotten luck and some rotten injuries. That's on us. And we've got enough quality. I look at our squad today, but actually, if you was a neutral and you watched that game, you'd pick them. They're the team who are investing what we're investing in this football club, with time, effort, and quality. Not the other way around. And I couldn't be more disappointed with that.
Tuesday night, really big game now. I'm sure we can turn it around, so come on Tuesday, eh?
Well, yeah, listen, that's a good thing. We get Tuesday to put it right, and it'll feel differently afterwards if we put in a performance and get a win. But, you know, if we don't win Tuesday, if we don't win Saturday, our season's going to start drifting away already, which is an absolute embarrassment for where we are and what we're doing. And I have to take complete responsibility for that. And I just said that in there, and I do. But I still got belief in 99% of the lads. I don't understand that performance. Nothing will bother me more all over the weekend. I'll hurt more than anybody else, but we'll get it right.
Good man. Okay. Bad luck. Safe journey home. On to Tuesday.
Yeah, cheers. Thanks, guys.